Hey, happy Pisces season. I wanted to do a video on numerology correlated to the sign Pisces. So yeah, straight away, I just have it set up. I guess I shouldn't shift this too much, huh? Because that's gonna irritate people. Um, that would irritate me. So either way, I have my mutable symbol right here, my Pisces symbol, my number symbol, right? Everything looks up, and then yeah, Pisces numerology. So the first thing we should bring up is the mutable numbers and how they're mutable, right? We have 3, 6, and 9 all being beginning, middle, end placements. And then we have 7, 8, and 9 all being beginning, middle, and end realms, or in the mutable realm, right? And then a cardinal and a fixed placement. So, yeah, the first thing we should know is 9 is the most mutable number. But when we're looking at numerology correlated to the zodiac, 9 is actually a fire number. Um, so if we're looking at these numbers, 3, 6, 9, as well as 7, 8, and 9, that are water, here's what we have. We have 30 correlated to 3, 6, which is 6, 18 correlated to 9, and then we have 34 correlated to 7, 26 correlated to 8, and 18 correlated to, again, 9. So basically, these numbers, they all have different uses, right? So if we're like 9 is kind of an overstanding number, always getting sucked up into currents and only utilizing itself and expressing itself through nature, or expressing itself through currents, right? So 18 would be sort of the pure Piscean number. So I guess I'll make a big 18 here. And I was actually born on 18. I'm still in Aries. I was 29 degrees Aries, but there's actually a fixed star Pisces right there. So I don't know. I relate with Pisces. Like, I'm in Wonderland. Like, I bring heaven to hell for real. So, but anyway, 18. 18 would just be the maximum expression of Pisces, because not only is it a water number, but it is also the ultimate expression of mutability, being that it's correlated with 9, right? 1 plus 8 equals 9. So, but there are different expressions because sometimes maybe a Pisces wants to stay in their energy, right? But say they feel like they've been getting sucked out too much. Like, say they want to ground this, find this in a different realm, or they want a different placement. They want to come at it from a different angle, right? But still be swept up in the current. So this is where the sort of overarching understanding of numerology will allow us to get creative with how we utilize these sigils, right? So, okay. So now that we have 30 up here, I'm just going to break down all 5 of these numbers. So beginning with 3 or 30, right, expressed through the water realm, this would be in the cardinal realm. So this is still in your place, in your zone, but this is letting people in. So if you are getting sucked out too much and you want to stay in your own creative place, if you want to invite that energy into your own artistic endeavors, this is where we'd use 30. Because 30 is in its own realm, it's in your realm, it's in your space, but yet it's still letting people in. It still has that Piscean mutable approach. Now, if we want to expand, so this is basically expanding upon your creativity, expanding upon your art, because like Pisces would be the sign of expansion, being the mutable water, mutable being expansion, and water just being what was, right, and what we connect to emotionally. So expanding upon what we connect to. But then either way, right, mutability as expansion in this cardinal realm would be of personal endeavors. So if we want to expand upon our personal endeavors, we use 30. Now, if we want to expand or let people in or have more growth or power in our relationships, this is where we'd utilize 6. Because now it is a mutable placement, but it's in the fixed realm. Fixed being all things real. If we want to experience new ways of working with our body, if we want to have more stuff open up in our relationships, if we want to bring more things into our workplace, all of these fixed type endeavors. And then again, we have 18, which is the pure mutability, which is completely getting sucked up, all about power, all about righteousness, all about being down and out, right? All about, or down and right. Yeah, so, yeah. Now, when we get to 34, this is in the mutable realm, right? This is always getting sucked out, but this is if you want to take a little of your individuality with you. If you're always relating too much, then this is a great number because it allows you to still get caught up in currents, but 34 will allow you to bring your personal expression into the mix. And sort of instead of completely only utilize the currents, you're allowed to flow with the current, but it's more of a relating of vision. It brings sort of a Sagittarius approach in that we're combining our perspectives. Now 26 being the 8 would be the fixed placement. So this is always getting sucked out, but this is dealing with realizing. This is dealing with sticking to something. So if you have something that you're trying to expand, this is where 26 would be very powerful because now you have a vision, right? You have something that you're sticking to. You're in a placement, but you're always finding yourselves in new places. So um, it's like if you have a structure, right, that you're trying to expand because now you're bringing it out, you're showing it to all these different people, right? But the fixity is sort of what you're working on, your mentality, your sort of hobby, something like this, something that you really connect to and you bring with you, right? Like a trade, but then it's in the mutable realm. So it allows that trade to be expressed anywhere you go. You sort of are bringing that and allowing that to get sucked up into the world so that you can express it. So 26 would sort of be, like I said, if you have a trade, you have a hobby, or you have something that you're sticking to that you're trying to expand or bring out into the world, this is where the 26 would be very, very amazing, right? So yeah, this is just a quick video about Pisces numerology. Yeah, so basically, it's amazing. It's amazing. Basically, it's amazing. But I just wanted to talk about a little bit about the sort of water element, right? Because these are all water numbers. And water, again, is all about relating and it's all about giving and it's all about receptivity and it's all about the past and emotional connection, right? So just sort of keep that in mind as well, because I don't know. This is the water expression, right? Because all of the things that I brought up, we can use the mutable versions of each element, right? But this is more so coming to connecting, coming to expanding upon things that we've been a part of. Not necessarily changing things up, but delving deeper into what we connect to, right? And that's just something to keep in mind as well, right? Dealing with the water element. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. I hope you get some use out of this. The 36 decans are extremely, in my opinion, correlated to mathematical numerology, and this is a great, phenomenal understanding of how to use it. I want to bring up, too, one other thing, because you may not quite like these. Each of these numbers, I have a video on my YouTube about, and you can find different expressions of them. Because they're correlated to the 36, we can add 36 to each of these numbers. And because that is 9 times 4, 36, it will not change the number that it adds up to, like 3 and 0 adds up to 3. It won't change that. And it also, because it is an expression of 4, 9 times 4, 36, it won't change the element. So I have a bunch of different expressions of all these numbers, and you can also find them yourselves just by continually adding 36 until you find a number that may utilize digits that you correlate with, or that looks or feels better to you, right? But it will still be exactly energetically correlated, just express itself through these numbers differently. And we could go through and see like how these express themselves, because there is still like a unique variation, right? Like 8 would be learning about nature and 1 would be art, right? In the second place. So personally, learning about nature, right? But then we're stuck to, or our personal fixity or our values would be of self, right? So we can play with the actual digits because that's still an expression. And yeah, if you want any help breaking that down or like learning about that, send me an email, bubblinbeach@gmail.com. But yeah. Anyway, happy Pisces season. I want to do a quick horoscope too, but I haven't got to it yet. But either way, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Bubbling, Citra, Beach, out.